Hey everyone, just a brief video on grading and posting grades for first quarter um, with assignments and categories. Just a couple of things to go over. Here's my sample grade book, and I have assignments in here with grades. But if you notice, I don't have a running average of the grades so far. My categories are not appearing. I don't have the running average. The reason for that is you probably didn't set up your grade calc options. So how do you do that? You go back under settings in your gradebook. You go back underneath the gradebook setup, and towards the bottom is grade calc options. When you click on that active blue link, you will see if you don't see anything in here, it means that you never set this up. And this is the backbone of all the calculations. So it's done once a year, usually sometime between September and November, and then you don't have to touch it again till the following year. So very often it's forgotten about. So you're going to go hit continue. And then this is where you're going to set up the grade book. Now, you don't have to do it on the interim reports because there's no actual numerical calculation on interim reports. So I just have to go in and touch the quarter grades and the final and or midterm if you have that. So I'm going to go to the drop down where it says no calculation, select in progress grade. And the grading scale I'm going to select for the middle school and high school is grade book. Now, if you're a person who weights categories, what does that mean? For example, if you have 3 or 5 categories, and you have a category that's tests and quizzes and it weighs 50% of the quarter grade, and you have another category that's classwork and it's only worth 15% of the quarter grade, then you are somebody who weights categories. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to go down to quarter 2. Again, I'm not doing the interim report. Don't have to. Going to go to in progress grade. Going to select grade book and weight categories. Going over to Q3 quarter grade, not interim. Going to grade book, weight categories. Going down to fourth quarter grade, in progress grade, grade book, and weight categories. And also on the final exam, in progress grade, grade book, and weight categories. Now, the magic of the final grade, there's 2 things you need to do on here. The first thing you're going to do is set the in progress grade, because that has to be calculated as well. And then the Q4 final grade for year-long courses, you're going to check the box next to where it says final grade. And this is where you're going to set your standards, what you're actually calculating that final year or semester grade on. So in my case, I have 4 quarters and a final exam. So I'm going to start with quarter 1. I'm going to add quarter 2. I'm going to add quarter 3, quarter 4, and my final exam. So there I have my 5 tasks that I grade on. 5 into 100 is 20%. So they're all equal to 20% of the final grade average at the end of the year. So I'm going to pop that in there, and then I'm going to hit save. Now, once I do that, if you notice, all of a sudden my categories appear and the running average of each category is there. So you can kind of eyeball how each student is doing under test and quizzes, for example, homework, class participation. Now, for every additional assignment that you put in here, of course, will affect these numbers. Once that's done, you don't have to do it again for the rest of the year, but you do have to do it for each section you teach. Okay, so this is only one of my sections. I would have to go into each one of my sections and go back and hit those grade calc options. That's the first order of business. The second thing that might be helpful is the preferences under pass-fail coloring for grades and scores. Again, under the settings, and if yours is closed, it looks like this. You just toggle the arrows, go under preferences, and you can select the pass-fail coloring for grades and scores, and that gives you that green and or reddish shading on your grade book. If you don't like the dull greenish gray color, you can select the brighter color. It says right here, mute pass fail for coloring. If I uncheck that, it becomes a brighter green. Again, personal preference. Now I'm done with all my grades. My grades are in there, and now I'm ready to post grades so they are on the report card. How do I do that? Here's my in progress grades. And if you notice, when the grading window is open, the post is a orangish red color. So I'm done with this class. I'm going to hit post. It's going to pop up another window saying you're posting to term Q1, you're posting to the task of quarter grade, and you're going to hit OK. And then it's going to say your grades will be posted upon saving. Hit OK again. And if you notice under the posted column, there's a percent and a grade column. They should interact. For example, the percent is more specific. It will round up or round down accordingly. But these two numbers should match. So for example, 89.5 would be a 90, 84.05 would be an 84. These have to match because the percent is the back end calculation and the grade is what is actually shown on the paper report card. Don't forget to hit save or everything you posted will be gone. Now it's time to put in some comments. Now there's a couple of ways to do this. You can go one by one with each student, go to the CC and select the comment, hit save, and it will pop in there. Or if the majority of your comments are going to be the same, you can go up to the active fill link, and then you can select the comment, hit fill, hit OK, and it populates them all with that selected comment. If you want to do the majority of your class with the same comment, but there's one or two students you want to change, you can fill it all, go to the one or two students you want to change, select the comment that you want to change it to, and hit save. I hope this was helpful. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Good luck with grading and have a great day.